Virtusa Corporation is headquartered in Massachusetts. We are an American company that is into IT services, and we have development centers across the globe, primarily in India, Sri Lanka, and Singapore, Malaysia, and Europe as well. My role in Virtusa is I head the learning and development function for Virtusa. I take care of the entire development of our team members across the globe. We are in people business. What we really sell to our customers is the capabilities of our people. So it becomes extremely important for us to assess capabilities. When I say assess capabilities, it is really presenting an objective view to our customer. So what we did was we said capabilities, as you know, come in two forms, two levels, right? So you have technical capabilities, and then you have behavioral capabilities. And competencies that are required for software development is a combination of both. So it becomes extremely important for us to find out the proficiency of technical competencies along with behavioral competencies. So coming to the behavioral competencies, I think it was important for us to look for, so there are a lot of psychometric tools that are available, but it was important for us to zero in on a tool that was easy to administer, which is reliable and goes through all the psychometric necessities from a tool perspective. But I think the major one was to easy to deploy, right? But as you know, if a psychometric assessment or an inventory is very easy to deploy, it will not give you enough insights about the individual, right? The insights also become, so there is a linear correlation between the depth of the instrument and what the instrument can actually talk about. So I was looking for a tool that's limited in terms of inventory, but at the same time is able to give a lot of insights about the individual. That is when I came across Harrison assessments. Harrison assessments, if you see, in terms of the inventory, it's pretty concise and very easy to deploy, but it gives you a lot of insights about an individual. If you look at Harrison technology, like many of the psychometric tools, it talks about the suitability of a person for a particular job. What I really liked about Harrison was, like I said, it's simple to administer, a very small set of inventory. That is one. The second thing is, separating out the inventory from the job suitability, right? If for example, if I really need to check if an individual is suitable for multiple jobs, it's very easy to do it with Harrison, specific to a job, not a job family. But it can be very specific to a job. So you have the inventory on top, and then you can actually flip the job success formulas, which is I think a very good thing about Harrison. I've not seen that in any other tool. Also, I think from different perspectives of the individual, right? So you can actually get enough reports about an individual based on one set of responses that the individual has given. Based on that, you can actually derive a lot of reports, which is again, I think, is very unique to Harrison. And I really like the entire approach of traits, bucketing traits into three groups. I think not many assessment tools have done that. They typically go for, a bunch of traits, and they don't really group them under these three categories. So these are some of the unique things that I've seen with Harrison. So we've been using Harrison assessments, I think, for the last 4 years now. We actually zeroed in on Harrison assessment to solve a particular problem. Now, typically what happens is potential is something that can't be measured. All attempts to measure potential has been, not very successful, I would say. So we also had this problem of how do we really measure potential, because potential is more futuristic, right? I mean, I know if a person, I know from the performance, I can say this person is outperforming the others. But how can I be sure that this person will have a sustained level of performance even in the future? So that is the problem that we are grappling with. That's where I actually got in touch with Harrison. And I looked at Harrison's suitability score as a predictor of future success. So if a person is successful in a current job, and using Harrison I can also check whether this person will be successful in the same job in the future as well, using the suitability score. So that's what we did. Primarily we are trying to solve one particular problem that we had in the organization, where we were unable to identify who are the project managers who will be successful in the projects that we take up. Now, just to give you some background, we do take up very tough, challenging projects, IT software projects that have failed, miserably in the past. And we have actually got these projects from competition. Now, if I have to ensure that I select a project manager who is going to turn around this project and be successful in executing this project, I should be guaranteed, that he'll be successful in the future. So I need a predictor. I need a lead indicator to tell me that this person is going to be successful. The past experiences or past performance cannot guarantee me future success. So that's where the Harrison tool came in. I think, if I remember right, we went about customizing the job success formula that Harrison had to suit the needs of the organization. We came up with a customized job success formula. And with this job success formula, we actually administered Harrison with a set of project managers. And we studied the correlation, and it was, we were able to see the correlation. If somebody scored really high on the job success, that project manager was successful, indeed successful in Virtusa. So when we saw that correlation, we said, okay, let's use this JSF as a standard JSF to assess project managers, suitability of project managers within the company. Like with any other psychometric instrument, typically people say that behaviors can't be measured, can't be predicted, and things like that. And there are also people perform in a context, right? When the results are contrary to what is expected, there is always a pushback, right? I'm not like this. This is not how I behave. You ask some random set of questions, and based on the questions, you're making judgments. So these are the kind of pushbacks that we have had. The way we overcame with the objection is, obviously we presented facts. We said this is a reliable test. So many people have taken the test and stuff like that. We also use the test to actually give feedback, right? I mean, so I have done personally, feedback sessions with many of the people who have taken the test. So normally the way we do this is we have people who are trained on the assessment, on the instrument, and these people sit with the people who have taken the assessment, sit with them and give them feedback. So they walk through their report, and most of the time, even people who are complete skeptics, people who actually don't believe in psychometrics, they come back and say, my God, this is a very true reflection of who I am. There has not been a single case where where people have disowned the report. That has not happened. But at the same time, people also feel, this is a feeling that it can be gamed. That is where the consistency, the consistency technology that Harrison uses comes into play. And in fact, when we start with that, we say that you can't cheat the instrument because there is a lie detector built into it, and we actually draw their attention to the consistency score. That's where they actually the realization dawns on them. Yeah, oh my God, this can't be cheated. So there has been a great amount of acceptance, so to speak. And I would, in fact, also want to recall the fact that once I had gone to our headquarters, and I was presenting some of the results to our exec team. And my CEO was so impressed with the results. He said, "You must come and present it to the board." Right. So it was quite revealing of how much of information we could decipher from the assessments. Today, if you look at Harrison assessment, it's kind of built into a lot of talent management practices that we do, talent identification and talent management. We have not used it big time in recruitment, but we use it internally for various decisions that we make. So we use it for the promo process and the promotion process. We have used it for developmental purposes. We have used it for giving feedback to people. So it has been used very constructively within the organization. So like I said, suitability in my mind, the way it has been defined in our organization, and that's how I think the entire organization views this, is a predictor of future success, right? So in a growing organization, and we are a fast-paced growing organization, in a growing organization, it is important for me to keep the lights on who are my future leaders. We do focus on who are my current leaders, but it's also important to keep focusing on who are the future leaders, because when the position opens up, you can't go helter-skelter in looking for people, right? So you need to really have a good leadership bench. You need to be able to really identify those people who can fill into these slots. That's where I think Harrison comes in making decisions on who is going to take on what role in the future. So it's a very future-focused kind of a. When I was talking about Harrison's uniqueness, I missed out one point that I would like to reiterate now. I think the paradox technology has gone very well with the people who have taken the test. So all of us know that life is a art of balancing. It's a balancing act. But Harrison's paradox actually brings that out. And for a great leader, you need to really be balanced on those paradoxical traits. So I've had real wow moments giving feedback based on the paradox report. In fact, I've had people tell me that this is so much like them. It's like a Xerox copy of them on the report. So it's really interesting to see how people react to these reports, and I think paradox graph is a real unique thing about Harrison. Especially talking about those paradox traits and talking about those 4 quadrants, and especially the flips, both the aggressive and the passive flips. And these have been so when I really read out the reports, I see people you can see the satisfaction on their face that they have really got some personal insights. Maybe they have known about this all along, but it has not really been told to them in this kind of fashion. So paradox technology, I think, is one very unique feature to Harrison, and it has given me a lot of wow moments actually. The way we want to really use HA is to identify high potentials, but at the same time we also would like to use it as a developmental tool, and we use paradox technology to identify areas of development for people. See, we are all, and this is an IT company and all engineers. When you really talk numbers, it makes a lot of sense to them. So when you look at the scales, right, you have gradations and you have points. So it's very easy for us to explain to them what they need to do, instead of simply saying that you need to be more assertive. Now, everybody gives that feedback. You need to be more assertive, but what should I do? What do you mean by more assertive? Those kind of things, and it becomes you can give a numerical scale when you actually talk to them. You say you're based on your assessment, your scores are here. We would like to have your scores go up somewhere here. So when I talk that language, the engineers kind of relate with it. So We will use it for development. We will use it for giving feedback. So I think in summary, I would really say that Harrison tool is very easy to use. It gives you personal insights about the individual in multi-fold, right? I think that's very unique about it. There are certain unique things, like we talked about paradox technology, we talked about the traits reports and stuff like that. So a lot of insights about the individual comes out with such simple inventory is amazing.